Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, bonjour, hola. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10 or just after. A little tardy today. Sorry about that. Good morning. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. This is Ken at 10, as usual, broadcasting to you live from southwest London, Norbury, which is between Streatham and Croydon in SW16, a Zone 3 commuter area, which you should consider if you're thinking of investing or you're a first-time buyer or indeed you're a family. You know, what we get what we call the migration route, where lots of families, they start off by thinking, where can I buy? You know, I've got quite a lot of money. I've got maybe £500,000 to spend. I need a family house. Sounds like a lot of money, but as you get into London, you realize that in property terms, it's not as much as you might expect. So many people start their search by looking in perhaps Clapham, because a beautiful, common, lovely area, lively, plenty of life, plenty of things going on. And then quickly realize that £500,000 doesn't buy you very much in Clapham. And they start coming south, not because they want to, more because price drives them here on value. In other words, where they might be looking at a one-bedroom flat in Clapham, they can come slightly further south and then find that in Balham, they might be looking at a two-bedroom flat or Streatham Hill, and then come back a little bit further and find they might get a three-bedroom flat in Streatham or a house in Norbury. Bang, there's your line. Why? Because we're the last London postcode before you go to CR and Surrey, and because we represent great value for money. You know, we've got Zone 3 commuting, nice area that's improving, high street area that's improving, almost every shop occupied, great restaurant offer, local supermarkets and shops are all busy, and a good mix of people, some really strong community as well, and that's getting better, right down to litter-free Norbury, and some of the residents associations have really come on strong in the last few years. So the good news is it's Friday. Yay! What's great about Friday? Well, the expectation of the weekend. Personally, it's always been one of my favorite days of the week because I love the thought, the anticipation of the weekend going ahead. Of course, for a lot of people, traditionally, it's when they get paid. These days now, people don't really get paid weekly, do they? It tends to be the end of the month. But nonetheless, people see the Friday as the end of their working week, and therefore time when they can perhaps have some fun and chill out a bit for a couple of days before getting back on the grindstone, as it were, on Monday morning. So from that point of view, it's great. But also from a professional point of view, if you're an estate agent, what we do on a Friday is we're looking to get people out and viewing. Why? Because Saturday is the peak day for viewings of the whole week. Families are off, they're together, they want to go out and view properties as a group and see what's out there. So our job becomes to make sure that anybody that's out there looking is looking at our stock and our clients and our customers rather than our competitors. So that's the big job at the moment. And we make sure that we get as many people out there to the relevant properties as we possibly can, but not just mudslinging, making sure we have conversations which revolve around, you know, proper open-ended questions so we can understand what the needs of these people are. It's really important to try and establish that before you go any further, because there's no point just trying to sell someone something, for instance, with a small garden, if they've got a big dog and need a big garden. You're not listening. You need to listen. It's not just about saying, oh, well, number of bedrooms, price. It's much more nuanced than that. Apart from that, just finished a podcast on down valuations. Down valuations are becoming more common. Why? Well, surveyors are a little bit more cautious when the market is static or has fallen. And I would say, quite frankly, that it has fallen here in London by about 5% year on year. And now it's stable, but nonetheless, there has been that fall. So surveyors find themselves in a position where rather than where they're normally confident that prices were, at least where they were a year ago, they're a little bit different. So there can be some differences of opinion on value, particularly of flats and small houses, and therefore you can get these down valuations. This means the surveyor's opinion of value differs from the price the property is agreed at. And we've got much more about that in the podcast this week. Just search Ken Hume's podcast or the Property Buyer and Sellers podcast on your favorite listening platform. Apart from that, a few valuations today, inspections and things, quite a lot going on. Weather-wise, not quite as sunny as yesterday, but fairly hot out there. I understand it's due to be a hot one as well, and a nice weekend too. Probably the last nice weekend of the year. So I hope you're doing something fun. Thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to look out for the podcast, which will be released later on this morning. And have a fantastic weekend. Look after yourselves, and if you can, your family and friends. We'll see you soon. Ciao.